Hi everyone and welcome to the first channel to stream Tormenta 20 played in English. I'm Alexander Januzzi, I'll be your host and GM for this adventure, and with me I have an amazing cast and guests, so let's please go ahead and do a round of introductions. Which we absolutely didn't prepare for.
Who's
To
first?
say the order, sorry guys.
I thought about that and was like,
Oh well.
we can wing it.
So yeah, Nachi, can you
Oh.
please start?
I never started. Okay, hey. Hi, everybody. I totally knew this. It was, I was just creating some tension, expectations. So I am Natalia Molero. I am an actress, voice actress, and I do some other stuff on the side, but that's basically the bulk of it. And here I'm playing Kit, the cleric. And I don't know why I keep doing finger guns.
It's been a stressful day. You're allowed.
Yeah.
Giselle, I guess.
Oh, hi. What's up? I'm Giselle, they, them. I'm Giselle Fernandez. I'm also a voice actor in LA. I'm playing Bucko, he, they.
Cool. Now our guest, which is the next
Hello.
in the order.
I just got the Hello there, my name is Gustavo Samuel, and I'm playing Captain Dion. Just someone that it isn't a ripoff of Captain America in any way, and that is.
Okay.
Guns, man, you gotta do finger
yeah. I am Guilherme Moina, otherwise known as Namoy. I'll be playing Gran, him. And yeah, I'm a graphic designer, art director, and I recently got hired, so yeah. Yay. So yeah, I guess it worked. So you guys
See?
keep plugging that in.
We manifested.
Yeah, that's it. Sydney?
And I'm Sydney Granat. I am a lead talent coordinator at a dubbing studio in Los Angeles. She, her. I play a Sylph bard, fairy bard. Also she, her. Yeah. Oh.
Amazing. Pistols. Finger guns. Anyways. Gonna do one last check here, make sure everybody's recording. That's all I'm gonna say again. And I'm gonna go right into it. Previously, in the end of times, our adventurers had a shaky meeting at a tavern / smithy / general store inside Fort Hammerhead, the kingdom's only bastion in the Central Hills. After their first night at Shorty's metalwork, smithy and general store, they awoke to find Belinda, the owner, muttering to herself in disbelief, for all her pieces of rainbow metal, a rare metal found only in the Central Hills, had been stolen by her apprentice Bartram Zonar, a man with a shady past that she now regretted hiring. She offered 50 T-bars to anyone who helped bring Bartram back, and the group promptly ventured into the Central Hills following his trail of blood. While tracking him, they were ambushed by cannibal orcs, which they easily defeated, 3 of whom became prisoners and offered to take them to their elder, Tanato, or to their camp, where their leader, Aharadak, would have probably taken Bartram Zonar, and their group decided to go straight to the camp. Once there, Time sneaked ahead and saw that they were already starting to eat Bartram. So the group quickly devised and deployed a plan, but some pesky natural ones got in the way, and so they went straight into combat. And after some very scary close calls, our level 1 heroes managed to defeat most of the orcs and scare off the rest. while still saving Bartram's owner and their friend Crimson Void from bleeding out. Exhausted, our heroes then trekked through the night to go back to Mrs. Ernesh's Museum of Almost Living Things, and there they ran into a couple of adventurers, Captain Dehyun and Kururu, who are looking for their lost friend, Bullock, who was abducted by a circus, apparently. After finally getting some sleep and finally getting something to eat, our friends and heroes tended to Crimson Void, Bartram's owner, heard some folklore stories, slept some more, and then set off to beat the cannibal orc's elder, Thanato. On their way, they found a very weird wooden tower, and that's where we left off. So, I'm just gonna show the tower again. You guys can choose to interact with it or not. But it's just something you guys stumbled upon on your way to the Elder, Thanato. And you guys see, like, you didn't, like, you didn't stumble upon it the way you guys stumbled upon Miss Ernestia's house. You're not literally inside it now. It's kind of afar. You can see it clearly, but it's a little bit far. And you see that the orcs, like, they're not caring one bit about the tower. They're just, like, tracking along in
Can we
whatever
ask
direction
them?
You can do whatever you want.
What's with the tower? You guys ever looked into that?
You see that the orcs, they look at you, look at the tower, and they go, "Yeah, we would never go there.
How come?
Scary. Scary stuff happens there. So somebody who lives there, and they're kind of mean."
Which kind of scary stuff happens in there? What did you guys already saw?
Well, we didn't see it, but some of the orcs disappeared when they went to try and mess with it.
While everybody's talking with the orcs, Kid is like just Watson close to the tower and like looking at the windows and like kind of like.
So you're,
Wait, Kit!
okay, so you're going straight for the tower.
Stay out of eyesight! Out of eyesight!
Cool. Sweet. You look inside and it's like it's a mess in there. The windows are dirty. There's like piles of stuff in there. Some books, bookshelves, but also just like random stuff everywhere. It's like, I don't know if this concept would really exist in this scenario yet, but it's like an accumulator's house, basically, what it looks like.
It's a hoarder.
A hoarder, yeah.
Let's Mary Kondo this. No, I'm kidding.
The opposite.
Does it bring you joy? Does it bring you joy though?
Does this bring you joy?
I'm gonna like see if I can hear anyone like inside or like if I can see anything.
Can I also see if anyone seems to be seeing her? Because I'm trying to stay as far
I
away
just
from
go over to her just to have her back if something springs out of the tower.
Yeah.
You stop going closer to the thing we don't know.
Yeah, and I try to whisper like, let's maybe walk back a little bit and decide if we should.
Just try to be sneaky. At least try.
Yeah,
The
apparently a
orcs
mean guy lives here.
Stay far.
Oh,
The orcs did not
I'm
go
like
close.
calling it. Apparently there's a mean dude that lives there.
It's bad.
Give me a perception check, the two of you checking it out.
Okay. There is
Can I get a
Natural
perception check
20.
to just see if it
Whoa, why
looks
do I
like
even
anyone
bother? Yeah.
saw them?
Natural 20 for a 29.
I'm just like, oh, looks like my old room back in Victoria.
Ew.
I will do a perception check just for the lols. So
Here's my answer to your
it's
natural
actually
20.
Nice.
We're gonna have to blur that out in the YouTube video. Anyway,
Oh, come on.
no, I'm just kidding. Cool. How much you get time?
19 to see if anyone saw them.
Where are you looking specifically? Are you looking inside, or are you looking like at the tower as a whole, kind of?
I'm looking at the windows just trying to see if I see any faces that are suddenly like, oh, look, people.
With a 19, you see something was looking at you, and then when you look at it, it like, right as you go to look at it, it kind of like ducks behind the window, kind of thing. So you like saw there was something. You're not quite sure what it was. Kids, you're looking inside. There's so much in there. Like you're not sure how, you're not sure you can like get in through the door, kind of level of mess. And while like just being lost in thoughts, looking at it, you see a cat come down from like show up, and it's just like a black cat.
There's a kitty there.
No.
look-
Easy, they said there were scary things. Maybe the cat is something about to become scary, so
It's a kitty.
I've seen stranger things happen, okay? Just be careful is all I'm saying. If there's something that scared the orcs, they are at least as scary as me, so
How does the cat look? Does it look like thin? Does it look like it's been, taken care of?
It doesn't look thin.
Okay.
It looks kind of old, a little bit draggled.
Oh.
You see, like he shows up, you're not sure from where. You can't quite see. There's a lot of stuff in the way. You rolled a natural 20. You see him come down what looks like the set of stairs at the back. He just like jumps onto stuff. Oh, just punched my microphone there. And just like is walking around. Seems like he's like keeping an eye on you. He's doing one of those things where like the cat isn't specifically looking at you, but you know he's there, kind of keeping watch. Now that he's noticed your presence, you know what I mean?
he's aggressively not looking at you like like cats tend to do. Okay.
Yes.
Can I sense anything magical coming from it?
Give me a mysticism check.
And I was staying back by the orcs, but after seeing someone in the window, I'm gonna try to stealth closer to them, not get too close, but try to.
Okay.
Yep.
Give me a
18
stealth
on
check.
that mysticism.
You're not catching any active magical auras or anything of the sort. There's definitely magic, residual
There.
magic from stuff.
Okay. Yeah, I just turn to Kid and go, look, the cat seems fine. Just, there's something magical about this place, so just...
So we
be
should
careful.
totally knock.
Maybe, I don't know, maybe ask the others so everyone's like in the same page when we... and
Oh.
I was
Sorry,
said
I
that I was going to knock.
I think I
but-
stealthed
oh, well.
closer, was like 2 seconds away from being like, someone was looking in the window at you, and then just hear the knock and just go,
The captain just stealthily puts his shield in front of his body.
Just like
stealthily.
slowly. No response. In fact, like,
You guys. Sorry. Continue.
when you knock on the door, it's like such a dry knock. Like there's so much stuff in there. You think some of it is against the door.
Damn. You guys, there's so many things in there. There may have some wonderful, amazing stuff that we could only imagine. We'll never be able to actually know unless we check it out, you know?
I don't know. I feel like that dude probably just wants to be left alone.
Yeah.
I mean,
He isn't.
they know we're here. So, and you knocked, and they didn't come running. So maybe we take that as a win and keep moving along.
Or maybe he isn't commonly get visitors. I don't know.
Yeah.
We do have
could
3
be-
orcs with us. Maybe he doesn't want to open the door for them.
You know, we're
Maybe.
quite the intimidating bunch.
Yeah.
I'm gonna like go to the door and be like, hello? Anybody home?
You hear
Maybe the kitty's hungry.
He didn't look famished. You can toss. Is any of the windows open? Like,
no.
or no? You can slide something under the door, and if he's really hungry, he'll come. Look. There is someone there, right? Time? Didn't you see someone there?
Yeah,
So
I
there's
saw
someone
so-
there,
someone-
and
yeah.
it's their cat. It's their responsibility to take care of the cat, and he doesn't seem like mistreated or anything. He's well fed. He's an old cat. Like, cats don't get to live like to old age if they're not well treated. So probably it's just fine, and the person in there is just not trustful of strangers that walked in their house
In the middle of nothing.
in the middle of nothing with 3 orcs in tow, and well, this.
But that's the thing. Doesn't it like spike your curiosity not even a little? Like a tower like this in the middle
does.
of
You know
nowhere.
what? You know what?
Does, but
Here's a
carefully.
thing that I don't use all that often. I can talk to animals. Why don't I get closer to the door and I
Yes.
just... Yeah.
That's a great idea.
Great idea.
Thank you in the chat. Someone pointed that out and I totally forgot that was the thing I could do.
Like
Gonna-
from birth.
yeah. Time out real quick.
What my character can do.
Our second guest has arrived. We have with us
Okay.
Nachizaki.
Kururu.
How do we do this?
Well, video is
How would you
on,
like to
so
do this?
It worked. It just worked.
Just work.
Let's not question
guys.
it. Let's just be thankful.
hello, hello.
Sorry.
We are very thankful.
Being late.
No problem.
It's all good. Kururu, you guys are investigating the wooden tower you guys found last time.
Okay.
So, Time, what are you doing?
I'm getting closer to the door despite all of my impulses to get farther from this thing. Put my ear to the door and just... I'm assuming if I can speak to animals, I'm speaking in their tongue, so it just sounds like cat to you guys. And I'm just kind of going,
I hope so.
Cool.
right, you're good in there. You're well fed and cared for.
You hear,
First he meows.
so it was also a both times.
Hiss.
A hiss, yes.
Your noise suppression is too good. It's suppressing the hisses,
Damn it. Well,
which is sad.
insert hisses here. Why does your work? Damn it. Okay.
They don't have noise suppression.
I'm in a booth.
Well, I'm on a boat. No, I'm not. Anyway.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm on a horse. I'm kidding.
That's a better reference. Look at my no. Yeah. What he says to you in cat is his.
Right.
Okay.
The captain just
help.
go.
You know what?
Yeah.
He's
by
perfectly
time
well
is-
cared for. He's excellent. I'm gonna be honest. He's really happy,
What's
and
his
I think we
name?
ought to mind our own business.
What did he say? What's his name?
Didn't provide a name. Honestly, just seemed a little annoyed at our presence, and just said we don't need to worry.
He say off that went one sound.
Yeah, no, it's a very succinct language.
Oh, I don't know that exists. Captains just look amazed by the language of the cats.
Can I see anything specific through the window? Like anything that looks like interesting or different or like, you know?
I'll take your natural 20. Only because I didn't really give you anything special for it. Pretty sure you can see a scroll that you think is magical in there.
I look at Time with like the biggest eyes. Time, there's a scroll in there. A magical scroll in there. You know, it could be like a scroll of, I don't know, teleportation or of like infinite knowledge. What if it's something like amazing?
What if it's something evil?
We wouldn't know until we opened it.
But if it's evil and you open it, it could hurt you. You know, curiosity killed the cat and all that.
Cat seems
Run, little cat, run.
But the cat's alive. I saw him. He's right there.
Turn of phrase, dear. Listen, so hidden in my pocket for last couple of days, mostly because I keep forgetting that I have him, I pull out a little mouse named Squeak. And just, Squeak here is not really much a fan of cats, so perhaps we should just move along. Would you like to hold him?
I call out, "Yo, are we robbing this dude or are we moving on?"
No! Robbery was never on the table here.
Yeah, I just
Okay.
want to.
It isn't. I'm pretty sure that I heard that you guys are gonna extract something from the house.
information.
Absolutely not.
Purely information.
Knowledge.
No.
How about this?
Yeah.
I have
Maybe a cat.
proposal. Maybe a cat.
But
I have a proposal. I'll yell into the tower.
Uh-huh.
And here.
If you, before you yell, everyone maybe prepare something in case something decides to try to kill us.
Captain Gigi is already stealthily with the shield in front of his body.
Why would anyone want
I-
to kill us? We're
I
so
go back
harmless.
and I stand behind Bucko. Like
Yeah, I approach the tower, so it's like a safe distance for him, but I'm like between him and the tower.
Kururu, stay
Tuck
back,
Squeak
stay back,
back
Kururu,
away
please.
in my pocket. I'm like, poor Squeak. He gets one moment of screen time, and it's like, nope, stay safe. I just need to point out, though, in my description of him, he is the roundest boy. He gets spoiled. He gets way too much food.
I wanna hold that round rat.
Round rat.
How about this? I'll just give the owner an option. I'll be like, hey, if you don't want us to come in, say it now. And then if they
Or
say something,
prepare
we'll
to be
you know?
Salted?
Or perhaps
assaulted.
let us know
Please,
if you want
open your
if you want
door.
guests. Maybe not the other way around. If you want guests, because normally people don't want you invading their private property. So this would be more of like
so
the
he could
exception
say
to the
so, and then we can just not go in if it says
Did
so.
we knock the door?
I did.
Yeah, we knocked on the door.
They didn't
She knocked on the door.
Okay, I guess.
The captain just goes by the door again and just read 2 times. Mayhem or sir, there's anyone there?
You insert hiss here.
Sorry, I don't speak cat. Sometime.
That one was actually just a hiss.
Oh, okay.
Amazing language.
Type, please. I just want to make a question. I don't know if he's going to answer that.
Just
So-
a question of
I just want to say, little cat sir, I please ask you to respond if you're hungry. If not, I have to shut your door. Please.
Oh, that.
Speaking of cat,
Oh, right. Goes up to the door again. And just
Yeah.
you just hear that, and just literally, it's. They're going to try to knock down the door and get in this place. Please just make some kind of indication to your master or someone to tell us to go fuck off.
You hear in cat, you hear, go fuck off!
So what did he say?
More or less, fuck off.
That's an answer. That's actually an answer. So okay. So I guess we're not.
Which to everybody else sounded like another hiss. But she...
It's a very minimalist language.
Yeah. Full of nuances.
Full of nuances.
I get it. It's fine. We're not wanted, so I guess we'll just go.
then I turn around.
Cats can
and
be
then-
very territorial, so you know it makes
That's true.
sense.
Kururu takes a really round rock from her pocket and puts like under the door, like rolls under the door. Here we go.
Oh,
Bye.
Corner store.
And then on the way like out, I just very, very gently just try the door to see if it's locked. If it is, I'll keep going.
I hide behind Buckle.
I with the shield.
Gently.
I already turned my back, like ready to go.
Yeah,
ready to
like
leave.
I was like I was motioning going away, and I just tried like just like
Just
try
make
the,
sure.
the door, and then
You try the door, and Bucko, who's closer to the orcs, hear them go like gotta inhale, and the door is not locked, but it's like there's stuff behind it. Like it wouldn't just be like, oh, I guess it's up. It's like you gotta push the door in to get in there.
okay, and it opens in, not out. Correct.
Opens in.
Damn it.
I guess you try to kick the door if you want to, but I'm not sure if the rest of the group is... Because yes! It's a possibility. I'm
Look,
not...
I'm far from being against a little breaking and entering. I just need a good reason to do so. Like, do we have one? If we do, then let's rock
She
it.
saw a magic scroll she wants, that's what. And we
Did you?
don't know what the magic scroll does, and we don't know if the person who lives here, who is here and saw us, would take kindly to such.
I don't want to
I'm
like
actually worried about the cat.
steal it.
Look,
I just want to.
Are you prepared to
learn.
steal a scroll? Because we don't have any
No.
money to buy it from them. We don't have anything to trade off.
we have knowledge.
We have some.
I know. You see, you
Stories.
both. Those are both two good examples of things that you value a lot, but other people usually don't.
Captain Dion just passed his hand inside above.
Not meaning they are not
Kururu.
valuable things. It's
Kururu
just-
had I value rocks, Kururu.
Thanks.
I met other people.
She
Your
gives
rocks
him
are awesome.
another rock.
Thank you. He's like puts in his pocket with another rock collection that could already given.
So yeah, maybe they don't want anything to do with us. And
I mean,
they're allowed to.
they barricaded the door, so.
It's a good indication. The
I mean,
actual
I
cat
don't
told
know
us
if
to
they
fuck
actually
off. So
barricaded the door or it's just, messy and something foul because the cat. I mean, you know how cats love, like just pushing things off tables and, So how
Okay.
do we know?
Time,
How
can you
do
do
we
me a
know?
favor?
Sure.
Can you say in cat, move away?
You're actually going to go in there. We have
I
things
just-
to do.
I kicked the door. Mind you, I have -1 strength now, so I might actually hurt my foot.
I probably like half second after that have the like yelling cat just like get back.
You kick the door. Okay.
Yeah, more like
Uh,
shove with my foot, because I don't think I have the musculature to actually kick it.
Captain Dijon takes space.
Who is where? Who is close to the door? You, obviously, Grun. Time is
I
very
think
near
I'm-
the door.
I
I
just
have
roll
moved-
the
moved-
rock over the door. But
True.
Okay. So
I think I
Kururu
moved
and
past,
Kit.
so farther away from Kit.
So
yeah.
everybody except Bucko, who is far away.
I
give
got a
me-
little closer initially, but like I'm still between all of them and the door, or between
Yeah,
them
I
and
think
the
it would
orcs,
be
rather.
like Bucko, Time, and then the rest.
I think we're.
Time was moving away.
Because I moved slightly closer.
I think Nachi's screen flipped or something,
It's fine.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
or
My
switched
phone-
to
It
It
herself.
came back.
Yeah, my
Yeah.
phone decided it wanted to take over again. It's fine.
Your phone is a virus. Like, it's full on going Skynet on you. You should
Seriously?
check that out. Yeah.
It's just like
Mac is. I'm not gonna say this live. I know they're listening,
they might
but
sponsor us someday.
As if.
That'd be quite a
I don't think so, but okay. Cool. So you shove the door open. Everybody except Bucko give me 42 checks.
ooh,
My second worst one. Yay.
6.
Okay, didn't roll terrible. And
Okay, I'm not the worst.
oh my god.
8?
oh wow, we're doing great, guys.
15 for me. Fortitude.
Oh,
8
okay,
is
now
really
I'm
good
the
for me.
second better.
Wow.
Thank
Okay.
you. Damn.
The DC was 15. Only
Hey,
Time
wow.
beat it. Only the tiny one beat it. Everybody else is immediately queasy by the smell that bursts forth from inside the hoarder's house. Smells horrible in there. Does not smell clean at all. Smells really
Are you
bad.
happy now? Can we get out of here?
Stuff
It is
falls. Like as you open the door, stuff falls in the way. Like you don't think you can close the door without like shoving things in.
Like,
And immediately
I'm
the
like-
cat is like and runs a little bit.
I kick the shit. I kick the shit.
I have stuff that I regret more in my life than what I just did. But it's just
I guess
a couple of stuff that
It was
are right there
worth-
up with this.
Troy.
Yeah.
I am
Captain Dijon. Captain
Kit's
Yeah,
almost
Dijon.
thrown up.
For science, are we good? I'm not
I
getting
look at
there.
the stuff that's spilled over. Is there anything like interesting? Like
Garbage.
yeah,
Captain
look, look,
Dijon
look.
just take
Regret-
some place, just space behind. Say to Kururu, all the rocks.
Kururu
And I'm
takes
gonna-
a really good smelling rock and throws it and runs away.
I like that. Like, yeah, sure.
I'm gonna dash in the door. I'm gonna dash in the door.
No, don't.
You're gonna go inside?
I'm gonna dash in the door with the shield in front of my
As I'm closing the door, just
No. Put
Flies
the
off my
stuff
hand.
back. I closed.
Boom. You know the feeling of jumping on one of those pools of the little circle plastic spheres, colorful spheres, you know? One of those pools for kids
oh
with
right.
the tiny balls.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Ball pit?
That's how it feels like when you
a
charge
kiddie
and you
pool.
trip
No,
and you
yeah.
fall on all that garbage in there.
Okay,
Except
still
it
safe,
smells
still safe. I
horrible.
didn't die.
Like a ball pit.
Okay,
Get
maybe I
your
will
butt.
die.
Get your butt out here. We're closing the
Yo.
door. We're locking it for them.
You see the cat, Captain Dihian. He's looking at you. He's hissing, and as he's hissing, he veers into a small dwarven man, on a like blue, raggy, robe. Old, like bald head, white beard, dirty. He starts immediately cursing at you guys. Like, get out of my house! Who do you think you are? You basket!
I'm Captain Dihian.
Best buyers!
Pleasure.
You booger faces! Get out!
How
I told you to fuck off! Why did you get in?
how did
Because
you
I don't know.
how did you turn into a cat and I didn't notice?
You're a
How did you
cat?
turn into a dwarf?
You were the cat? You
What?
were the
You think
cat?
I'm gonna answer your questions? Just get out of my house!
I'm sorry. It's just that your house is really smelly.
You're really smelly!
Yeah.
No, I'm pretty sure it's the house.
I
He
think
beats
it's both.
the orcs.
He says, that's really offensive!
We're so sorry. I didn't mean to like barge in. That's why I knocked a couple of times. We're just.
That's why I broke.
Yeah, I meant it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
We're just.
You better fix my door.
travelers. Gladly, we'll gladly fix your door. We're just
put
travelers
stuff
passing
back.
by, and we couldn't not notice
Stop
your
putting
amazing
stuff
tower.
back! It's my mess! Everything's organized! That's very offensive!
No, I meant
I
just
relate
put
to
stuff
that.
against the door and it would stay shut. I used to do it back in college. Well,
Captain Dihian is just a little shy, and he picks up the door and like tries to put it in its place again, failing, of course.
He makes a gesture and the door is back in place.
oh shit.
Oh shit!
Wow.
I want to check this guy. How is he doing this? Can I try to see what he's doing?
What is that, like Tormenta tentacles?
Well,
Yeah,
in
give
my
me a
case, it might be.
mysticism check.
What is it? 24. What is he doing?
It's I'm pretty sure I've read it somewhere. There's like it's the Tormenta's version
this is-
of mending. Like it's like a cantrip from one of the
Oh.
spells.
Is transmute objects, the name
Yeah.
of the magic, in direct translation.
Right. So, okay. So his okay. How did do I get a like how did it turn into a cat and I didn't like see through it? It wasn't an illusion, right?
No, wasn't an illusion.
Oh. Amazing. I yeah, just professional respect for this guy.
Captain Dihian just like makes a little gesture, like sorry, little cat dwarf man. I don't mean to broke inside. I just was
My
worried
name is
about the cat.
Cletus Rigby. Call me by my name.
Sorry, what's his name?
Sorry, Mr. Rigby.
Don't call me Rigby. Call me Cletus. That's offensive.
Cletus.
Cletus. Okay, Cletus. Is Cletus or Cletus?
Cletus.
Cletus.
I was asking in character.
Okay.
Oh, in character?
In character.
They're... Say the same name with different accents doesn't change the name.
Oh, sorry. I like with my shield in front of my body, like you're behind.
All
This
right,
is like
kids,
a
everybody
very
out to
angry
the
old
pool.
man,
Come
like-
on, get out of there. Come
Yeah,
on.
well, we just
Time
broke
to
into
go.
his house after he told us to leave.
Boko is still like way out there.
Yeah, I'm just like, guys,
Yeah, I
are
didn't
y'all
go in.
alright?
Captain D
Kururu
just
is hidden behind everybody, like, oh my god.
So.
Sir, would you just be
Yeah,
like
sorry for the misunderstanding, sir.
willing to
Goodbye.
talk to us a little? We're just travelers. We
Oh,
would love
boy.
to learn a little from you. You seem so well versed in the arcane. I would love to hear like where are you from? What do you do? What is all these things you have collecting here? I love your collection. It's interesting.
Kit.
Especially that
I-
that scroll right there.
That's garbage.
The scroll.
It's my garbage.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Would you be interested in a trade of garbages?
Why would
And
I want
pull-
garbage?
I pulled the rock Kururu gave me.
Could you describe for me
Everybody
the rock,
gasps.
Kururu?
Garbage being a very valuable thing to this guy is what I meant. It's using the word. I'm just.
Just say
using
the rock. No,
word.
kidding.
Kururu, can you
The
describe for
rock's
me
not
the rock
garbage.
that you gave to Gran?
Let me see. It's a rough rock, like you can see the edges, you know, like really pointy. It has. I'm like getting all of my mind.
Yeah, make it up.
It has like a orange tone to it. Like it's not orange, but it has like orange stripes in it, and it's like brownish and really spiky. Like
Give me a diplomacy check.
Oh, me? Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
He goes, "You son of a beep!"
Captain D is already outside. Like,
Can you take that rock
Okay.
and beep?
I'll cover Kururu's ears. I mean,
I think it's
me too.
holes.
I think it's too
can
jagged
hear
for
that.
this, sir, but I'll try. Okay, sorry.
I'll try it
Bye.
outside
Have a
of my
nice
shack.
afternoon. Okay.
My house,
I
my
just
tower.
put it back.
He doesn't say shack.
can Kururu go like take the rock from his hand and say
yeah.
like, "This is a special rock.
Oh no.
You
I
don't
know.
understand," and like
Oh, I'm so
pull,
sorry.
pull him away. Like, "Sir, this rock is so special. You don't know about it. I need to leave." And puts the rock like, "You don't deserve it," and goes like really offended, like really sad.
Kururu, wait, he doesn't mean that. Just go back.
Okay.
We value your rocks.
I lost my rock.
You lost it.
You lost
See,
your rock
now the frog
privileges.
one's pissed off at you guys.
Diplomacy?
I think it's more.
Who wants to roll diplomacy?
Me.
Kururu.
Oh, you can, yeah?
Can?
Sure.
I mean, that's such a like
But you
baller
left, though.
bargaining move.
Yeah, I was like I was thinking like a bluffing thing, like
Bluffing.
bluffing,
yeah.
like how it's so special and he didn't
Was
know how
making
to
a
sell.
scene.
Yeah,
Okay.
but Kururu was hurt.
She actually believes that. so-
Actually hurt. But can I like do something?
go. Roll for it.
That's much better.
Yeah.
Something like bluffing, right?
Is anybody gonna help?
I was actually.
I-
I was
I-
gonna.
Can I do
Try
a
to help.
scene like, no, don't take it away from me, come on, I just meant it's something valuable, but he values garbage, that's why I said it. Can I do a trickery something, whatever?
Trickery or acting. Performance.
Trickery, I'd much rather do trickery.
I will try to help using diplomacy to say, Kururu, stop! He doesn't mean that! We'll value your rocks, please! Don't do this again!
I think at this point I peek my head in and go, they're not going to fucking leave you alone until they get the scroll. And that's my help for diplomacy.
I will roll diplomacy too.
Yeah, roll.
It's a 12.
It's +1. Hey.
It's a 1. Very nice help.
Hey, it helps.
The help.
Let's see if I get plus
Okay.
6. So 15 for time.
And I wanted to talk to him real quick. Be like,
Sir, Mr. Cletus, look, we just want a couple of minutes of your time. We just want to learn a little and talk. Just let us show you what we have to offer.
They're not going to leave you alone. Just
15. 15 as well.
This is the most invested this group has been.
Yes. 100%.
And I'm just like out here talking to the orcs, like, yeah, man, and you know, foraging's fun. Just like making small talk with the orcs, keeping one eye on the house.
Orcs and 2 bodies.
One body. The Crimson is at
It's
Mr.
with
Nesh's
Turner
place.
Nesha, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, we only have one
Bartram's in my
body.
backpack.
Yay.
Yeah.
Like he's in the backpack.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just like his head is kind of like drooping against my shoulder, and I'm just like not even paying attention to it. Like, yeah, whatever. It's like bouncing around as I talk.
Just like lolling from side to side.
Yeah.
So with a 19, with all the help, that brings you up to, I think, to 28.
Wow.
Which is pretty high. Pretty high for level 2. You see like the slightest softening of this angry dwarf's face. And he says, Fine, let me see the rock. If it's so important, let me see that rock then.
I gently bring him, like, okay, but take care of it, okay?
He's like, careful, don't step on that. Or that.
And Kururu is like a frog, you know?
He
Don't
takes
take
the
it.
rock.
Snowbird.
You need to see with your eyes, not your hands. And she's like,
Pushing
It's
it
like
so
my
hard.
mama used to say.
Such a drama queen. I'm really proud.
You pushed so hard now.
and she
so
puts
like you're already rolled
right in front of his eyes, like,
you see that like this is such a thing that he would do that he actually doesn't fight you on it. And he just like stares at it. Fine. Why do you want that? Is that a piece of garbage? Fine. He takes it and like he doesn't take it, he like reaches out with a hand, like does the pinching motion, and then like the thing floats up, and then he gestures it to you and drops it. Now give me the rock.
she puts in his hand and takes it real fast.
Uh,
The
And then he
scroll,
goes-
not the rock. Sorry.
Psych!
Fine, we traded. Is that what you wanted? Great, get the fuck out of my house.
By any chance,
Okay, we're leaving.
hey, so we're new here in the Central Hills, and we've been hearing this story that's really fascinating to me. It's about the Mad Hero. Do you know anything about the Mad Hero?
He says, yeah, everybody knows about the mad hero here.
Really? I never heard of it before.
We can't hear you, Nudge.
I said I've never heard of him before.
Because you're clearly not from here.
Yeah.
Great. Now go back to wherever you came from.
Okay.
Kid's shoulders like slump forward, and she's like,
After that, the Captain Dion, after being completely bladdered out, he just puts his eyes off with the shield like, but do you know anything about it? And just go away the shield.
I just said I do. Everybody does.
Do you want to share?
No.
Thank you.
Okay.
So this is a goodbye.
Kururu takes the scroll and gives to. Sorry, Nat.
Kid.
Kit.
Gives to Kit.
I'll take my wins.
it just like turns away.
And like pats in her shoulder like, let's go.
Thank
Bucko
you.
calls out like, "Are we going? What's up?"
I guess we're going.
We didn't have to steal it after all.
It worked well, I guess.
Thank you, sir. Cletus.
Bye, little dwarf cat guy.
Take care of the rock.
I'm not a knight. Get out! And then when you guys like step, the last of you steps outside, the door just goes, boom, and closes behind you guys. Like some pieces of paper flies out.
Amazing fine control he has. It's really good. Good technique.
Captain
Yeah.
Dion
So
just
angry.
He's just looking at you guys from the window like this still.
I feel like, I mean,
Let's move quickly.
Let's get out of
waves
here.
back like,
His people skills
like, listen.
Bless
Bless you.
Bless you.
Bless you. Bless you.
Thank you.
So here's the thing. Curiosity's great, and I like grew up in a commune and all that, but we should at some point maybe have a discussion about boundaries. Just throwing that out there.
I just thought that the cat might be hurt, and I think that was great to just like kick the door. It makes me feel like a hero. I always see heroes do that in histories, and everything just went fine, but I was wrong.
That's a lot,
I talked
dude.
to the cat. I told you the cat was fine.
It was smelling pretty bad in there.
Yeah, but that's none of
But
our
like,
business.
that's his business. Yeah,
But
Like-
but
he's fine with the smell, so it's his home, you know.
Just saying, it could be like, if he was a cat, that might have meant the owner of the house was dead inside.
and he's just scared.
I
And
told you I saw someone in the window watching us, so clearly someone not dead is in the house.
Which
While they're
is
arguing, I'm like gonna
even
peek at the
weirder
scroll.
if there's someone dead and not someone not dead, maybe.
Let's walk and talk. Walk and talk. Let's.
Yes.
something
don't
in the
need to-
middle term, maybe.
I'm assuming we're walking. Yeah.
Kururu is ignoring everyone and like searching rocks in the way.
I didn't want
Give me a
to go
perception
in
check.
in the first place, but I thought she wasn't going to let it go, so we just ripped out the
Kururu.
bandage, as they say.
Kururu, give back my rocks, please.
Kururu gives a really ugly rock to him. She's hurt.
Whatever.
Okay, back to collection. He puts it in your pocket.
I wanna look. I
That
wanna
sounds
check out the scroll. I wanna see what's it about.
Give me a mysticism check.
Ooh, mysticism. Ooh, 27.
Ooh.
Damn. Again.
Kit is not very good at a lot of things, but the things she's good at, she's good at.
Let me just put Cletus's tower on the map really quick.
Wee.
This is
By the
how
way, we
it
can't
looks.
see the map. We just see the.
Yeah. The
screen.
logo.
Oh my god, just fire me.
I thought that it was only me because I got late.
Yes, the punishment. If you're late, you don't get to see the map.
You don't get to see the.
Yes, it is.
Here.
I thought it was proportional because I was seeing the stream too. And like, okay, so anyone is seeing.
Everything's pixelated for me for some reason, which means this stream is all pixelated.
Yeah.
Internet. It's
you
a little
try
heavy
zooming
because
out?
like it's all the art and stuff.
It's
It's
okay
gonna load.
for me.
I like how everything is like close to each other. Like everyone is neighbors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We just
This is
visited
the
a
thing-
bunch of like.
This is a thing you guys can like are quickly gathering. It's that like, you know, neighbors don't really know each other. Like things are not that far, but everybody kind of keeps out of everybody else's business. Cool.
Except for us.
Except for you guys. Apparently.
Sorry.
Time's trying.
She did try. She did try.
She did.
Cool. A little closer
Try to
here.
reload this.
Nice.
So you rolled a 27 for this. Way overkilled it. I'm gonna tell you which. It's a scroll for a spell.
Okay.
A first circle spell.
Okay.
It is the spell. Wait for it.
So you said 50? 50 circle magic?
No,
It is a
first.
wish.
First.
Oh. I
You
tried
could
to
buy a
bluff,
house
guys.
with
Yeah.
a scroll.
I tried to bluff.
Roll trickery against the GM.
I can. It could be wishy too. Now it's playing like the drowning song of Sonic in my head. I can't sing along because of copyright issues, but
Can you roll for
I've-
me a D33 on roll 20, please?
Obviously
33?
on roll 20 because nobody.
Yeah.
Okay.
11.
It's a scroll of mist.
Cool.
That's useful.
I'm gonna. Okay, so on the way to Tenato, I'm gonna spend the like whole pathway there, trying to find pretty rocks to give Kururu to thank her for what she got us.
Cool. You can both roll me perception checks, please.
Can I help her?
Sure.
26.
now everyone is feeling sorry
I might
for some
actually
reason.
get in the way, but sorry I said it.
Oh, Kururu is not good.
18.
Finding rocks today.
Hey!
I actually helped
18.
once in perception.
Kururu is kind of distracted, like that Cletus didn't care for her rock at first. So she's just like, how can somebody be so mean? Not really paying attention. Kit is obviously very thankful. And you find yeah, why not? You find this like this tiny little bit, and it's like not clean, it's rough, and it has like some ugly gray part, but just a little bit of like a lapis lazuli looking like rock, but just like a little bit on like this chunk of gray rock.
Okay. I like hold on to it, and while we're walking, I'm gonna like hang a little back closer to where Kururu is, and be like,
I really appreciate what you did back there. I mean, you gave one of your prized rock possessions for one of my silly, quests, I guess. Because, I'm always looking for knowledge. And that scroll looked really cool. So,
It's
Maybe
not
it was-
silly if it's important to you.
yeah. So I would like if you had this as a thank you.
And I give her the rock.
Kuru takes the rock and like her eyes fills with like tears, and she's like, oh my god, thank you. And she's like staring at the rock, like tumbling in the way.
You're welcome. I'm glad you liked it. I'll leave you to it. I'll leave you two alone.
I'll give you like the rock is her world now.
Cool.
Captain just make a little nice.
You guys have been following the orcs, and then the orcs that are talking to Bucko, like, can't believe you guys survived that. I mean, plus, some of us didn't come back from that tower. I don't know how you guys survived there. You're clearly very capable.
Yeah, dude, you didn't know that the first time we kicked your asses?
That was luck.
Sure.
Gee.
So-
Wanna try again?
No,
Like,
calm
so-
down. I'm not full mana yet. Don't start it. Don't start it.
Don't.
You guys walk for a little bit more. Takes you a little bit more than half the day to get there, especially with stopping at the tower. And like kind of out of nowhere, you in like a cave that could have been any other cave you guys passed by. Really like kind of a shallow cave. Suddenly you've arrived. Like there's nothing impressive at all about this. And they're like, it's here. The door's here. And they like start
Oh, yeah.
walking in.
I get like super excited. Like I
Kid,
Wait to meet her.
do you want to
Man, like-
take point? This orc being named after your
I would
patron?
love
Matron?
to. Yes.
Okay.
Time's gonna let everybody else go before her and just come in last.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Just like,
go-
I don't.
Right behind Kit or like with Kit.
Okay.
I'm right behind Bucko.
I'm side
I'm
by
at the
side with
very
Kururu
back.
saying, did you like the rock that they gave you?
Yes, look at it.
I'm looking. I'm very happy for you. Congratulations. It's a very nice rock.
I'm super. And she stares at the rock.
I just do like 2 pet in her head. Okay.
Kit, Tanato being your patron goddess, if you expected anything grand like a library or like even books, like you couldn't be more disappointed. Like you walk in and it's literally this elderly, frail looking, deformed orc sitting at the end of the cave, of a shallow cave. Like it's pretty shallow to the point that like sunlight hits it at the end of it pretty easily. You see there's some bones lying around. They're cracked. Clearly she's like even drained the marrow and all that stuff. There's some garbage as well, like some stuff lying around. It smells like the other orcs camp smelled, kind of dirty, unclean kind of situation. But like looking at her, she looks at you guys from like this, and just from looking at her you can see she's like incapable of her harming you guys. She's pretty old, but she keeps this like kind of that like wise, experienced look in her eyes, as she looks at the 3 orcs coming in and you guys, and she goes, "That's a lot of food you guys brought." Like she's you see the orcs get kind of confused and like don't know how to respond to that, but like you guys catch that she's being ironic. Like she knows they've lost.
Cool. Howdy.
Hello.
So
I approach slowly. Did we get any food from Miss Ernestia? I can't remember for the life of
We
me.
did.
oh,
We
they
got
gave you
rations.
guys some food to bring to her. Actually, she gave the
Yeah.
orcs some food to bring to her.
So I approach like slowly, like just poking my head in first.
We brought you food actually. We were hoping to talk to you.
Well, I'm here. Are you the
Hi.
food?
No.
Nah. I like produced the like Tupperwares or whatever it was that she gave us, the like little bundles of like food, like.
And one of the orcs says like, oh yeah, Mr. Nesha made that for you. It's vegetarian. And then like when he says it, he kind of hides his face.
Oh, the shade.
So it just looks at them like, what?
Alright, I see your thought process, but don't knock it till you try it, huh?
It's
Really
so good
good.
for you. So many vitamins and minerals. It's
Mr.
great for-
Nesha is a great cook,
Yeah, she's amazing. You should try it.
for sure.
Should try her food, actually.
Yeah, not her.
Yes.
Yeah, no, yeah. Good
I'll do
I'll
clarification.
do both at some point.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then
I want to
Um,
look around her. Is there anything like that would spike my like kids' interest? Like any writings on the wall, any like pieces of paper anywhere, anything? Any trash that looks promising?
give me a perception check or investigation.
Definitely perception.
I noticed.
Wow, that was a 3 on the dice. Nice.
Can I do my
12.
usual? Woo?
Tormenta tentacles.
Yeah.
12 total for me.
20.
Damn. That's mysticism though.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm doing.
Oh,
I can see for shit. I just have like my third eye is open.
It's just the
other two are
mundanest little cave you've ever seen.
Okay, is there a fire? Like, is she by a fire or something?
No.
I just sit down near wherever she is and light my pipe.
yeah. I want to sit down by her,
You're fine.
by them too. Like,
Yeah, is
try
there
to
like
make,
a rock?
She's sitting on the floor at the end of the cave, like against the wall. She's old, like you have a feeling maybe if she wasn't sitting by the with her back against the wall, she would be lying down.
Just a-
She
Captain
like
is looking.
takes the soup and then like extends the hand for the pipe, like as if it was the most normal thing in the world.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
Like pass,
what
yeah.
I was expecting, really. I just go, yeah, here you go.
she
Put it in. Put it
So,
in.
takes a couple of puffs, like, "Ugh, this is from stuff from outside. This is garbage." And gives it back to you.
Do you have anything good? Because that's all I could find.
Stuff here in the hills is much better than that.
Oh, you definitely should teach me to find those, or maybe Bucko there. I think they're better at,
foraging.
recognizing
What's up?
plants. Yeah.
Look for the little plants that look like little saws.
Oh, I know those.
Sauce?
We have those outside.
Would
of
I
the-
know those?
Yeah. Yeah, I tried those in college as well.
Captain Dehyun just looks to Kururu and said, "Kururu, do you have any other blue rocks we need to?"
That rock I don't.
Okay.
Miss, ma'am, Tanato, I'm super curious about everything, basically. Your tribe's social distribution. How are you guys? Do you know about the pantheon? Do you know about the gods?
Of course.
Okay. It's really interesting to us to have met a tribe of orcs named after them. Do you know where that started? When did this thing came to be in your tribe?
I was like,
she takes-
what? Oh, okay.
She takes a big swig from the soup.
Good soup.
She's like,
Sorry.
still meat. Well, it happened a couple of generations ago. Maybe more. It just happened one by one. They started picking God's names. Then it just
what-
stuck.
And what would you say came first? The name kind of made the orc take the characteristics of the gods, or did the intrinsic characteristics of the orc lead to the name?
So good eye you have there. Even for an outsider, noticing that minutia. She doesn't say minutia. She says some other word.
I was like, wow.
That's
It's really
orc,
Thanato, I guess.
So, yeah.
She says both. You could kind of see where the orc was heading, and then after they take the name, they go a little further that way.
And when did you become? I'm sorry if this is a touchy subject, but when did you become an exile, a castaway? What happened?
Well, 8 seasons ago, one of us was born. Different. He was born of the filth that's coming from outside. And he took the name Aharadak. And he became adult and stronger than anybody, really much faster than usual. And I warned the rest of the group he was dangerous. Bad things were going to happen because of him. I can see that it has.
The filth you speak of. What do you mean by it?
I mean that. And she points at you. Like, not at you, but like, you see she's pointing at your skin,
I know what
your
she's
red
pointing,
skin.
Yeah. I get up and leave the cave. Not saying anything.
I look at Gran, I look at her, and I'm like,
I get up and follow him out to the mouth of the cave. And I'm not gonna say anything, I'm just gonna kind of stand there with you. Just quietly.
I pass the pipe.
Take it. Pass it back.
Little ring. Give me a ring check.
Yeah. Wait, what do I roll for that?
I have no clue.
Performance.
Between 1 to Gandalf, how good are you?
Performance? Yeah, could be.
Performance? Okay, let's see. Where is performance? Oh, there it is. Guess
clear-
what I'm not proficient in?
Yeah. It's next to the top.
Oh,
It's
No rings come out. It's just a blue,
Just a
a
puff.
pluff. Yeah. Whatever.
like this.
Nice.
She keeps talking though. She says, The hills push back anything from outside that tries to come in. That thing has been trying to push inside for a while. The hills is fighting it.
And where has it been trying to push its way in? How? Where?
She just points down.
From the ground?
Yeah.
And how long have you been here in the hills?
All my life.
And how long is that?
Curveball for the GM.
Sorry. If I'm not mistaken, orcs are like, they have a short lifespan and they like breed like. Someone
Yeah.
can probably tell you better. You know.
Yes, I was always knows
The
stuff.
encyclopedia.
I can?
From what I know, orcs are like, they're like rabbits. They like breed like crazy. So
Yeah.
I'm
All
assuming their
the
lifespan is
Cognite
short.
races are kind of this way. Like, they age very fast and they breed like rabbits.
So
Yeah.
they're probably like, they don't live a lot.
She probably is in her late 50s or 60s.
Oh wow. Okay. She's
Wow,
really
that's
old.
It's very old for the orc.
She's really old.
And when has this influence from
That thing, and I point towards the like entrance where Gran is.
been like creeping its way into the hills?
It's hard to know. But at least... And she like tries to describe like some 2-3 years, you know, talking about seasons.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Oh, do you happen to know anything about the Mad Hero?
And she like kind of laughs once, like what random question, and she like looks
I'm
around.
a curious person.
She says, "Over there, grab that. Over there," and she points like at a pile of trash. But you do see a little piece of torn paper there.
Yeah. Kit like is
I-
super happy, like gets it and reads it.
It's the rest of the story that you picked up in the camp.
Okay.
So you already have that one actually.
Which one? The children or the bouquet?
The first one was the bouquet,
First
right?
one with the flowers.
Yeah. Okay.
Same handwriting?
Oh,
Yeah, horrible handwriting.
Ooh.
Did
Let me
you
see.
write this?
And she grabs it. Yeah, the bouquet. Like, yeah, I wrote it. Throws it to the side.
you wrote it.
Yes.
How did you come up with it?
Did you write this one too? And then I show her the other one I have from Miss Inestia.
The other one you have is the children, right?
The children, yeah.
She reads it and she says, she like laughs to just the one laugh again. She says, haven't heard this one in a while. These stories are passed around. And she gives it back to you.
It's fan fiction.
Your handwriting could be better though.
Do
How
you?
many stories are there?
Yeah, that's a good one.
Or some.
Do all orcs know how to read like you do?
No.
Fascinating.
And she says, well,
Did someone teach
not how
you?
it works. She says, my mother taught me.
Was her name Tenato as well?
Yes.
Cool.
Could you tell us another story?
Don't remember any right now.
If you remember one in the future, bearer of interesting news,
Oh,
your
yes.
not so friendly friend, he's dead, along with a good chunk of the camp.
Only these three and them is. Oh, I don't know his name. And another one is left over.
Well, there were a couple more that ran away.
She laughs, like, if you say the nymph is alive, she kind of laughs. Of course.
But, so I have a feeling these three are going to need a community to look after them, and maybe they might be hanging around you. Perhaps, if you remember more of those stories and would be able to write a few more down for us, they could pass them along to us.
Why?
They're interesting. I would love to know about more, a little more about the folklore of the Central Hills.
Okay.
Stories and music tell you a lot about the people who live there. We want to know more.
I could tell you more about this place.
Yes, please.
Will you give
we
us
would love
food
to
then?
know. Yes, anytime.
Define the kind of food you'd like.
Yeah, vegetarian food. None of that cannibalism thing.
Can we at least have meat?
I look
The
at
other
Bucko.
Other orcs, like, kind of shake their heads.
I look at Bucko.
I'm like, never thought of that. That's weird. Possibly.
I can arrange something.
Yeah. Chicken, maybe.
Chicken,
Fish.
pork.
I just put stealthily the shield in front of Kururu.
No problem.
Please.
And she says, well, a while back, a group of outsiders tried to mine the Central Hills. They didn't find anything. Because the Central Hills doesn't want outsiders finding their stuff. Finding its meat. I see it's not the same with you. And then she points at the either the rainbow metal short sword or the rainbow metal dagger that is hanging
I
from
have the
somebody's
dagger.
belt.
Yeah, I have the
I have
dagger.
the short sword,
So, probably.
but I'm at the cave entrance with
Gran.
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 But they're not the only ones. Seems to be more and more outsiders are coming here. Some of them have to do with the filth. Weird times here in the Central Hills.
Speaking of outsiders, have you by any chance seen a circus around?
Circus.
Yeah, it's like normally they have a tent and a very out there person announcing all kinds of incredible tricks and people doing
I think I might.
crazy acrobatics and animals.
On my loop, I'm just gonna start like playing the like da 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 da.
That's from another world, ma'am. No.
Enquanto ela tá.
Sorry.
Wait, while
Multiverse.
she is playing, Captain Deer is like dancing around.
She says, well, one of our scouting parties saw a caravan from afar. They didn't approach it. The caravan was moving without any beasts pulling it. The chariots and the carts.
It was moving by itself.
That's what they said. But I think the ones that saw it are dead now, so that's all I
And where
have.
was that? Near the tribe? Near the camp?
No, further.
Did they see a dwarf? Maybe with them?
I don't know.
Did you see a dwarf somewhere out there?
Just running around with his little legs.
No. I've eaten dwarfs though. Rough meat.
Oh, I
Recently?
was scared about that.
I just like fixed a shield in my hand.
She says no.
Oh, I lose it up to shoot.
Not
Kururu
very
is
much
like-
food recently.
With the eyes open, like, oh.
How good are you physically to travel?
She just laughs once.
We would love to take you back to your camp.
Give me a diplomacy check.
Come on. 16.
She says, well, if a Haradok's dead, then I would like to go back.
Okay. And would you mind on the way back pointing to the direction that they saw the carriage? If that's okay.
If I remember, it was much more south. Or whatever, like, you know, you catch on that it's south, but she just describes, like, in the
She can
direction
point.
of
I'll
some
take
hill
her-
that looks like a
Yeah.
shape and whatever.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you so much. Yeah, this has been amazing.
And would you happen to be able to tell us more about this rainbow metal? Would you know anything more about it?
Good question.
The Central Hills is a special place. It has its own soul. And it has its own meat. And this is its meat. This is the Central Hills. It will fight the outside filth. Especially in here, in the Central Hills. It will fight
You say this is the meat.
And I point to the dagger with a rainbow.
What do you refer to as the soul?
It's hard to explain, but the Central Hills has its own will. It tends to push things the way it wants it to.
Okay,
I look at time.
I think I'm pretty good. We could probably make our way back.
Well, are we helping her back to the camp? Because that'll be at least
Yeah.
the rest of today into tomorrow.
You don't need to do that. I'd rather go back with my clan.
I look at the three. Who was it? Asger.
Asger, Tiatis, and Lena.
I look at them.
I'm like, will you take care of her for us?
Did
It's just they say like, yeah, like we're strong. You just got lucky. It's like,
Sure.
Love those guys.
did we want to ask about the burned out clearing on the hill where Bartram was robbed?
I mean, we kind of ask the orcs that are with us, but yeah, I mean, sure,
Yeah, that's a good question.
Might
If
know
she knows
something
anything
more.
about it.
yeah.
Yeah.
she doesn't, but the orcs like say it again. Like, yeah, we saw some people dressed in black. They looked like they meant business. We kind of stayed away, and then they disappeared in a flash of light.
Well, best of luck to you. And I'll exit and I'll throw a thing of rations over at the orcs.
Which
Oh,
for you
oh.
isn't like, here, take. It's like,
Ow.
I hold Tenato's like hands.
she smells.
We're always smelly, so
Thank you. Thank you so much. This was an amazing opportunity. I personally, I follow Tenato, the actual Tenato. Not that you're not a Tenato. It's just that my Tenato is a little. Anyway, this was great. Thank you.
It's like, doesn't know how to respond. Mostly because I'm so entertained by Zaki's cat on top of her chair. That's amazing.
Balancing, yeah.
That's amazing balance.
She's so like hyped right now. Like she wants to play, and I'm playing with her. So, sorry, sorry, guys.
Nah, it's
Okay.
just
No
she
problem.
deserves all the
It's
attention.
amazing.
She's adorable.
We're gonna do a quick break as you guys are taking off, and heading back to the fort, or to Mr. Nesh's to grab Crimson, I guess.
Grab Crimson.
Yeah, and then the fort.
And then the fort. So
just
we'll
pick it
do,
up.
yeah, we'll do a quick break, 10 minutes, and then we'll be right back. See you soon.
See you soon, guys.
And we're back. So, after talking with Tenato and with a really mad dwarf, old dwarf, you guys circle back to Mr. Nesh's house, the Museum of Almost Living Things, to grab Crimson Void. And unless you guys want to do anything else, you guys go straight to the fort.
I think because it
almost
was a
at
full
night.
day to the fort, so I thought it was we stay the night and then we go to the fort.
Something like
Does
that.
that mean we recover
Sure.
mana points to hit points?
Good night's rest.
Sure, you can sleep another night at Mr. Nash's. That's another Tibar, though. She did charge you
Yeah, I'll
guys.
gladly pay
I
for it.
got it.
Happily
Yeah.
pay, yep.
Cool.
And that was how much to
How
mana
much do
to
we-
hit points is that?
Yeah, because you guys are level 2.
2 and 2. Okay. I'm at 9 hit points.
Yay! Falling.
Woo!
It's actually comfortable. It's
Actually,
comfortable, so it's actually 4 and 4.
And since we're already since Mr. Inertia has the healing kit, can I try to heal Bucko? At night
Sure.
Before.
Yeah, 100%.
Is Bartram awake yet?
Natural 20 again.
It lives.
Damn.
I'm cured.
So you heal 6 hit points, Bucko.
Okay. All right.
Um,
Thank you.
Crimson Void.
Puts me at 17.
Yay! There you go.
Recovers 4 hit points. Yeah. So.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
I'm trying to bargain with the GM. I rolled a natural
boy.
20, and we have 2 people that I kind of wanted to heal. Can I just double?
I
that,
think there's
to Crimson.
if I'm not
and
mistaken,
Bucko?
there's a number of people you can do in an hour.
It's like your wisdom plus.
Yeah.
whatever.
I'm really wise. I'm a wise person.
Okay.
I guess it's his level. I'm not sure.
Oh,
might
it
be
could be. You're
might
right,
be limited
you're
by
right.
the level. That's right. Okay,
the
so
level.
in
I'll
other words,
check.
yeah, 2 people is fine. Who
Just
else were you
Crimson
gonna
and
go for?
Bucko. Crimson.
Okay. I'll give him 2 more hit points.
Yeah.
He's sitting pretty at a whopping 6 HP now.
Yeah, it's
There you go.
equal to your level. He was right, so you can still do 2.
Namoy, your AC.
Thank you. I mean, not thank you, because I'll.
So sorry.
But thank you.
Bartram's still knocked out?
On this day, Bartram kind of is waking up a bit. So does Crimson, by the way. He wakes up before all of you, and he's sitting outside, pensively meditating, sitting cross-legged, looking at the horizon, not saying a word. With his axe on his lap. And yeah, Bartram kind of wakes up too. He's very lost. A little bit in and out
Everyone
still.
out! Everyone out! Just me and him! Just me and him!
Can I sit in?
You can sit in, don't say anything, don't contradict me.
I will too.
Cap.
No,
I'll try.
you I don't trust. You can listen at the door.
Straight up.
It's fair.
Should I dash it again?
I don't know if I would trust Kate either, so it's fair.
Captain D here is ready with the shield. So should I dash it?
No.
Oh, okay,
No.
okay.
I'm
You
gonna
could die.
I'm borrowing. Can I borrow the dagger?
Sure.
I have the short sword.
Great.
Okay.
Great.
Oh.
Okay. Bucko, cross arms. Just stand silently, menacingly in front of the door. And I'm gonna set myself up at Bartram's bedside.
What do I do?
Don't be here.
Okay. I go take my breakfast.
Just quietly lean back against the door, I guess.
I am with my ear glued to the door. That's why I even rolled my perception, just to see if I can listen in.
Yeah, you can. Unless you're trying to be whispery and stuff, but you see, he's a little bit in a bad condition still, but he's kind of feverish. But it's breaking. Seems to be a little better. He's obviously conscious a little bit. A little bit conscious. He's conscious. He just seems pretty out of it. Like where am I? What? Who are you? What?
Just
Why am I?
sit back. Just sit back a moment. How are you feeling?
Pretty bad.
That's fair.
I feel like I'm
Sit
missing an
back.
arm. My head! I failed there, but he was gonna scream.
Yeah. All right. I understand. It's a lot going on. Listen. Your friends. They came to sent us to look after you after the exchange.
But I... Give me a trickery check.
Can I help in any way?
You're outside.
I'm inside.
No.
No, Buckle's inside.
I'm inside on
okay.
their side of the door, so he
You
can't
can give
leave.
You can give me intimidation if you want.
Okay.
The best roll in the world, but not the worst. And then what's my trickery?
That's good.
15?
Trickery plus 8, so 19 for me on trickery.
So that adds up to a pretty 21. You see he like looks at you guys, looks at your clothes kind of really quick, but like pushes himself, kind of starts to sit up a bit on the bed
I'm gonna
and pushes himself
gently
like
try
against
to push him back.
the wall, like, but I gave you what he wanted. I gave you what he wanted. I dragged it all through the night. I was attacked by orcs. What happened? What?
Well, it looks like you missed a couple of things, and I'm gonna show him the dagger.
What's
And
that?
then nod to the short sword hanging off my bag.
That's what I gave you. I mean, I
And
didn't
they
take
just happened
anything.
to fall out.
I don't know. It was dark. I couldn't see. I forgot to bring a lamp. And you see he starts to swim a little more, like in his fever.
Yeah, I need you to calm down for me.
He's
Tell
like,
me-
No, don't kill me. Don't kill me. I gave you what you wanted.
We're not going to kill you. We just need some answers. Something didn't go as planned. You need to tell us exactly what happened on that night.
I walked all the night. You sent me the ladder, and I walked, and I brought you the weapons. Brought you all the weapons. Everything was in the bag. It was a bag. Maybe it fell out of the bag. I don't know. I couldn't see. I
What
was
happened?
dragging. That was way heavier than. It was too heavy.
There were others too that also met on the hill.
Yes, it was you guys. It was the same two that gave me the letter.
And they just vanished?
I don't know how you guys come and go, but yeah, the flash of light, and then you were gone.
Do you know if there were others on other hilltops also making this bargain?
What? With whom? Belinda's the only one making weapons with this.
All right. I need you to relax. I think you're a bit feverish and you're not remembering clearly. Why don't you go back to sleep and we'll talk about this tomorrow.
No, please let me go. I don't know anything else. I gave you what you wanted.
We're going to help you. You gave us what we wanted, so now we're going to help you.
Okay.
So just get some sleep.
Okay. Give me, I don't know, some social check. See if you can calm this guy down.
So that's 9 plus. What do I want to? I'm assuming diplomacy, I guess.
Sure.
So 15 for diplomacy.
Yeah. Were you lying? You can do a trickery check too if you want. Whichever one you prefer.
I'm mostly just trying to calm him at this point. Trying to figure out where I want to go from here.
Yeah. You see he's so tired that he doesn't fight you. Like, he just kind of slumps back in bed. It's not necessarily super chill, thinking that he, is somewhere that belongs to the people he was dealing with, but he's there.
Okay, I'm gonna leave, and Bucko can either come with me or do whatever they want, but I think we need to have a talk.
I sort of follow her out the room, I guess.
Yeah, I'm gonna look for Grun and look for Kit. And well, Kit's right there.
No, Bucko opens the door, and I'm like, ow.
You good?
Yeah.
Right.
So there was a very important difference. I had some concerns, and I wanted to talk with him first to make sure. We should talk to Gran too, so I'm assuming he's in the kitchen or dining area.
Drinking coffee.
I yell down
So-
the stairs.
We can
We're
we can
having
just
a
go to him.
meeting.
Not a morning person.
We can just go to him. All right. Bartram's going to. So, we go to the kitchen and just. So, one of the things I wanted to find out immediately was whether Bartram is doing this out of some sense of greed or out of he was forced into it. Because I don't necessarily want to throw him to the wolves if he was forced into it.
For sure.
And I think that's what's happening. It sounds like he's been threatened.
By Severian?
That'd be my guess.
What was that?
Either that or Oh no.
Oh, that was the phone. Skynet.
Yeah, that was
affecting
my
her.
phone.
Oh
Wow,
no.
the
Just
phone
go
took over again?
another-
Our world is
Dick,
glitched.
yes. Freaking phone, dude.
Yeah. Did you install any AIs on your phone? Is that what's
Like,
happening?
I did not.
It
I'm not a fan of those.
Is it taking over?
I'm
It made
sorry,
a dial-up
Molero.
modem.
I'm afraid I can't do
sound
that.
for a second.
No, please not that. Oh my god. Okay, sorry. Time. As you
Well,
regret.
either Silverian is the person threatening him, or Silverian is someone being held and threatened for him to push him to do what they want. So either someone working with the people who kind of pushed him into this, or someone being threatened.
Either way, we only get paid if we deliver him. So I'm all for trying to learning more before we do that and leave him to his fate. But I don't really much care for him enough to not get paid for all this trouble.
I mean, sure, too, we can, like, deliver him and the information we've collected, like, when we figure out what the sitch is.
Sure,
like,
yeah. If it helps
There's
him,
obviously... Well, and it helps Belinda, because, like,
Yeah.
she doesn't want to get stolen from again if this ever happens, you know?
Yeah, and besides, how much can we actually trust this Bartram guy? I mean, we did find a note at his possession that had an encrypted type of, like, message that, like, only thieves know how to read, right?
I'm
good
saying there
point.
might be some insinuating circumstances to this. So maybe he's had a past. People have pasts.
Maybe.
But we can try to learn a little more about Severian. He was very
Yes.
confused and very still not right in his mind. So we find out a bit more. We talk a bit more to him. And then maybe don't just walk him into town, drop him off and go, have at him.
yeah.
All right.
What about? Do have a question. What do you intend to do with the weapons? Because I don't remember, and this is partially me, the player, asking because I don't remember what was the actual condition
thought we
regarding
were
the
gonna-
weapons. It's like, oh, whatever you find, bring me back, and they
Kind
didn't
of.
specify.
If you're asking the GM as the player, yeah, she wants those weapons back.
However, she does not know how many weapons we were able to retrieve. We can give back the dagger and keep the larger piece of metal.
And then you see Kid do like,
for science, so we can study this new metal that nobody knows anything about.
Cool. You guys
Well-
go ahead and, like, tell her whatever you want. Just don't let me talk. Just don't let me talk. Just, yeah.
We could also, to make you a bit more comfortable, see if part of the payment can be reimbursed with purchasing one
That
of
would
these
be
items.
great. Yeah, that would be
That
so
is-
much better.
One option.
Whew. Okay.
Either way, what do we know about this metal? I mean, did the orc know anything about it?
It
looks
seems like it
pretty.
has some kind of effect on, the thing that makes, Crimson Void's skin the way it is, your skin the way it is.
Who has one of those weapons handy?
I have it right here. I was gonna hand it back to Kit, but
I slapped the blade and sliced my hand. And what happens?
Alex is frozen and the music is stopped.
yeah.
Oh shit. So apparently that happens if LFO touches the metal. The GM
broke it.
freezes
This
him.
is a
Broke the
powerful
game.
substance, yeah.
That's a really, it's like dividing by zero. You just mess up the finger. What do we do?
We go
I
to
don't
cut away to technical difficulties. And
Yeah, so
Yeah.
guys, we'll be right back, I guess. See you soon. Don't go anywhere.
Tá porra, it's been rough. Let's just...
What?
I don't even remember where we stopped, honestly. You guys were
were-
talking...
yeah, discussing the.
I'm just not sure if the stream went through with
It's
our
back.
conversation. No, before,
oh.
like, because it froze at some point. When I
Well,
was
you guys
trying
were
to
talking
stop
about what to do with Bartram, and you were saying... talking about delivering him for the money, maybe not, but maybe hear his side of the story to kind of plead his case and not just sell him out. And Kit was saying she can't lie.
Yep.
And Kururu
I
and
mean,
Oh,
you
oh, oh.
guys.
So I have the
can go
dagger, and then
ahead.
you cut your hand.
Drinking coffee and milk.
Oh yeah.
You can
And
totally
Kururu
go
and Captain
ahead and
were talking about stones.
lie to her, but I can't be involved in it. I won't like say anything, but I can't personally. You know, I just. Sorry.
We can do an exchange where, you know, we maybe say, okay, instead of we buy the weapon off of her, so she's
That
at
would
least
be
still.
great, amazing. Yes.
Oh yeah, talking about the weapon, that reminds me. I sliced my hand off the dagger.
Okay. Roll a d4.
Does anything different happen?
Yeah, there's a cut now in your hand. Cool.
Something
Now
normal.
roll a d6.
Would it be? Ooh. Would it be technically 1 since it has like -1 strength? No, I'm kidding.
Actually, yeah.
Hey! Save you some hit points. There you go.
Thank you. So I
Um,
took 1 damage.
You took 2 damage.
2 damage.
You took 1 damage from the slice, and as it slices you, you feel your hand go kind of cold, and some of your veins in your hand kind of show a little bit, and they're like kind of dark. You take 1 darkness damage.
Right, Kit, you
Except-
can have this one back.
Except I do not. Unless
immune
it
to
has
darkness?
something. Well, I'm not immune, but I have damage reduction 6 to it, along with most everything. Now, if it does anything,
You
like if
take
it ignores, I take so
you
that's
take
special.
2 damage.
Yeah.
Metagame talking out of character. What the fuck, man? How much Tormenta powers do we have?
Right now 5.
Oh my god. Okay.
Damn.
Well,
What's
not
your
of,
charisma?
not all of not all.
Hell yeah.
3. I don't take dips to my charisma.
Okay.
No, but one of the powers, not an actual power, is the lethal thing.
Okay. No.
So I
Okay.
have
Cool.
only
Cool.
4 tormented powers.
You have yourself. No problem.
Cool.
Wow.
So it does damage me. So
Yep.
yeah. Okay, this is amazing.
Did we see like when he did? Okay, he got that damage, but did we see anything different from like the cut? Did it
I don't know.
look like?
You would know that I'm immune to it. Like I mean, I have resistance to it.
Yeah, you guys see like I don't even know, but like probably, you know, a little of the light, because it's usually like pretty reflective to light and stuff,
Bless you.
and kind of pretty rainbow looking metal, kind of like on the blade that it's cutting him, it goes like completely dark for a second as he's cutting himself, and then it just like goes normal. There's like blood on the knife.
Are Kururu and Captain seeing this?
If you guys are there, yeah, sure.
Okay,
Actually, we're
someone
not
else.
In the
I'm not.
room.
I'm
No,
not
we
touching that.
gathered in the like kitchen area,
Kitchen.
and I think you guys were there.
Yeah, I was there having breakfast, so they might be close to it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, Sydney.
So yeah. Does it show like my veins that physical description? So this shouldn't happen.
Do I know that as a LFO he shouldn't be suffering this kind of like damage? Kid.
Not all the foe are necessarily resistant
Resistance, true.
to
Okay.
elemental stuff.
So
Fascinating.
Do you mind if
usually stuff like that don't affect me as much. It's part of my gift.
Do you mind if I take a look at it?
Sure.
I look at the dagger.
Yeah, I dropped
Looks
it on the
the same
ground.
as it did before.
Not freaked me out.
I look around and I see if there's anything like disposable. Like, hopefully not like a jackrabbit statue or something that I know that Mr. Nasher would like. Something like
I
disposable.
guess you would say like, oh yeah, I have some spare materials in the back. They're not, not
Yeah.
inexpensive, but oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah, sure. Or maybe like I'll go outside to a tree or something.
Oh, there's bushes outside.
Okay. Can I like link it out and like just attack the bushes?
Roll an attack. No, just kidding. Roll a d4.
Sure. Ooh.
And a d. No, yeah, roll a d4. So
-1, because I have 1 strength. So 2.
Yeah. You deal 2 damage to the tree, plus where you cut, it catches on fire a little bit. And then spreads out. You deal 1 fire damage to the tree, to the bush.
I look back at my friends.
Mr. Nash is like, please don't put bushes on fire next to my thing.
Sorry. I start like patting it down. Stepping on it.
did you guys see this?
I do it again.
I don't.
It starts to catch on fire now.
So fire twice.
Yeah.
I'm applying the scientific method here.
I wonder if it's based off the.
I think it's random.
You do?
Or perhaps
How do
weaknesses.
you know? Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Cause like it makes sense. Plants, fire. You know.
Darkness,
Well,
whatever I am.
do you like the dark? I don't like the dark.
Yeah.
Scary. Oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah. It's useful.
Okay, I take it back. Maybe it's random.
I mean,
There's one way
it
you
could
can
be some
discover this.
affinity thing.
So
It's just. Sorry.
No,
It's
no
just
problem.
it's a rainbow metal. Maybe it's not about the color. It's about the things it can do.
Sorry, actually I misread something. I have to. Oops.
Oopsies.
You actually don't take the darkness damage, but you do see
Oh.
it go dark and cold.
Okay, so it's not that special, but I do say that it should, fuck you, Rainbow Metal, that it tried to hurt me more than it should.
Yeah.
So I just took 1 damage.
I mean, you cut yourself. Why fuck you, Rainbow Metal? Like, it's not the metal's fault.
Because I thought it shouldn't hurt me.
Yeah.
Like,
Guy grabs a knife,
Especially
cuts his
because-
own hand. Fuck you, knife.
yeah. I punched the knife and tell
That
her,
meme
fuck
with
off.
the guy in the bicycle putting the
Yeah.
stick in.
Exactly. That's me.
you
So yeah,
can hurt me.
So yeah, not that special, but still pretty amazing. I can keep cutting stuff.
I'm like I'm trying, like I'm seeing if it's actually random. So there's like a try, you know, you have to do like a random trial, and you have to like, just sorry.
Control
to do
group, and then
Yeah,
Control.
exactly, just like slashing away.
I see Kit doing that, and then I like bring a big rock to her, like, try this.
Where did you put those?
Don't ask silly questions. Sorry.
I put it on the ground and I like start slamming. I mean, I don't know if that's good for the metal, but hey.
Wait. Okay, hang on. 2 things. 1, I'm gonna have to retcon it back again. You do take the darkness damage. Sorry. Sorry.
fuck me, I
Sorry,
guess. Not
okay?
not the Rainbow Metal.
Internet's throwing me off today. God damn it. And then now rolling back. Did you say you're stabbing rocks?
I'm stabbing first the bushes, then the rock. It's not really a
Bushes keep-
stabbing. It's more like a slashing.
A poking.
motion, you know? Yeah.
Smacking.
Whenever you cut the bushes, it catches on fire a little bit.
It's always
It's
fire
not
then.
random, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Mr. Nash is like, stop! Stop!
I'm
What
sorry.
happens
Try
I just
cutting
needed
me
to make
again?
sure.
Wanna cut me again and see if it changes?
I
No.
would prefer not to. Yeah, not to cut my friends. I'm the cleric. I'm the one that has to heal you guys. So,
Fair
no.
enough. Okay.
Captain Dihian just stands up to the table where he was. He could try to see where he put his big rocks. Then he just opened the shield. Hit the shield. Let's see what it does. Come on, hit the shield.
Okay.
I'll try to hit his shield specifically.
Cool. What is your shield made of?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Oh no.
Vibranium.
What?
Say vibranium.
He could be very brave. I don't
Wrong
know.
universe.
Right?
Vibranium.
Actually, it could be like a very special star metal, but in the rules, it is made of where's shield? Wood, and with yes, it's typically made of wood.
I see some like fiery sparks. It leaves like a little like black line where you cut it.
Like a scorch mark? Yeah.
Maybe
It is rock.
people.
This is a
Yeah.
bedrock.
Okay, I'll hit the bad rock.
How do I test if somebody's dented their weapon?
Sorry, I didn't understand. Dance the weapon?
Dead.
Something like
Dent.
Do one of
Ruin
those.
the edge.
Marcar,
they
tipo,
cut
quebrar
off the
pedaço.
knife.
There's like a.
Sorry.
There's a thing to destroy items and stuff, so maybe.
Just roll a d20, Natch.
Oh,
If you roll a 10 or under, it's just a 50% chance. If you roll a 10 or under, no, it's not 50%. Come on, it's metal, but if you roll like a
it's not that strong.
just roll.
Oh. 18.
Alright.
You're fine.
She slices
Okay.
the rock.
It's not slice the rock.
It's made of like
Nothing
What?
really happens. It's just like you see some sparks.
Sparks like fire a rock against rock sparks, or like some kind of like magical sparks. You know?
Magical sparks. Like not magical sparks, but like not fiery sparks.
Okay.
Hey, this one's different.
Can I test something?
Sure.
Put a knife at the ground, please.
I put the dagger on the floor, the ground.
I'll pick my mallet and I just
No!
with the mallet.
Why?
Okay, make an attack roll.
No, it's not
No.
it's not a attack for destroy. It's just a.
Okay.
Because you said, so if I.
Yeah.
Bing. Cool.
Okay, can I make his a strength -5 be non-lethal? Just.
Okay.
Okay.
Nothing happens.
Yeah, I don't know what more to do. I put out the mallet and just sit down again. Like.
Okay, well, I guess we can take our observations to Belinda. But we should get going.
Yeah,
Agreed.
I think because we're taking Bartram, so
Yeah.
I think we go to town, we wait outside of town. A couple of us go in and talk to Belinda. But first, I think, Kit, you should now talk to Bartram. Just tell him the truth. Just leave. Actually, he doesn't even know our names, so you could mention our names. Just don't mention any descriptions of us.
Sure.
So, and now it's my turn to go listen at the door.
I'll go to Bartram's room. I guess.
You see, he's like muttering a little bit in the feverish, but like going in and out. He kind of sees you like, what? Where are you?
Hi. I'm Kit.
Okay.
I'm your doctor, basically. Kinda.
You kind of like relax a bit. You're getting me a doctor?
I am the doctor. I mean, kinda. Not officially. I never went to school. But I can help.
It's like, okay.
I go
I
to
guess-
him and
guess
I'll like
take it.
I'll cast Cure Wounds, cause to make him like more, you know, calmer, I guess, and like feel less. And I heal him 10
Holy shit.
points.
My entire health.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a lot. You see him like he gets way better
Yeah, I'm like
really fast.
I come to him very like I know that he's kind of feverish, so I put like my hand on his forehead and I cast the spell so my hand warms up. Probably feels good.
So, you've been doing a lot of shit around here, haven't you?
You see, like he's like super relaxing with your warm hand in his head, or maybe he shouldn't be because he has a fever, but whatever. And then he starts feeling better, and then you say that, and he like immediately like kind of backs away from you. He's like, I didn't mean to. I didn't want to. I didn't want to.
You really didn't?
No,
What happened?
it's just grabbing some stuff outside from Belinda, and they showed up out of nowhere. Your guys.
My guys?
Well, yeah. You're with the Brotherhood, right? That's what the little one said.
I don't know of a brotherhood. Who's, who are those people?
He's like, is this a test?
No.
I don't know what you're talking about. There's no Brotherhood. What'd you say? No,
This brotherhood, are they around? Are they here on the Central Hills?
I'm sorry. Is this a test?
It's not a test. You can be honest with me.
Give me a diplomacy check.
It's amazing because it's like the first time you see someone actually trying to say the truth.
24.
You see that he he says, yeah, they're around. Didn't you see the little one? She said she was with them.
That wasn't true. Sorry.
He just like doesn't know how to respond. He just like looks at you like. He looks at it like missing hand. That it's
Yeah. Sorry about that too. We wanted to get in earlier, but you know, you kind of left in the middle of the night and got caught by some orcs, so that's kind of on you.
Well, I guess you saved me then. Is that what happened?
Yeah. You're welcome. Okay,
So you're good.
so this brotherhood, you said they're here on the Central Hills. Like, why? Who are they? I mean, yeah, like, why?
You see, he says, "You still never heard of the Brotherhood?
No.
It's the biggest thieves guild in the whole kingdom."
Oh. Huh. Well, I'm not from, like, any big place. I don't know if they would be operating around the areas I'm from, but never heard of them. This is the first. What can you tell me about them?
You don't want to mess with them.
Okay.
You start working for them and they have you. They have you. Like, there's no way out. They'll rope you in, and when you think you've done a good deal, you haven't. You just dug yourself a deeper hole. I worked with them, and I shouldn't have. And then things got bad for me, and then I tried escaping here. I found the fort, Belinda took me in, and I thought it was gonna be okay, but they found me again. They told me I had to do what they wanted or they would kill me, so I had to steal all of Belinda's stuff.
And they are after this.
And I take off the dagger.
How'd you get that?
The orcs had it. You probably dropped one on your way, I guess.
Yeah, they wanted the Rainbow Medal. It's only here in the Central Hills, and the mining guild of Yuvalin didn't find it somehow. They tried to start operations here, but they didn't find anything useful.
And do you think they're coming back for more? This brotherhood?
How should I know? I don't know. They took everything Belinda had, or I did. Almost broke my back trying to carry everything.
So they should be good, right? They don't have any reasons to stay around. Hypothetically.
I don't know.
Okay. And how
There's
did
nothing
you...
stopping them from coming back for more.
Yeah. Sure. Do they offer you anything for it?
My life?
Okay.
Look, it was two guys. Or girls. I don't know. Couldn't really see. Hooded up to the top of their heads. They were talking to me, and they told me I should do that. Gave me the letter, so I wouldn't forget. And the third one was just like back there, tall, menacing, staring at me. I could feel his stare. I couldn't see him or her.
So it was one tall one and one short one, or regular sized?
Two regular sized ones and one tall one at the back.
Oh, so we're three figures.
When they approached me, yeah. Not on the hilltop.
Okay. And the one that spoke to you, what did he sound like?
He sounded urban,
Urban.
you know? Yeah. I don't think they are from around here. I don't think they have a presence here, maybe.
Oh,
I think they came here.
okay. Is there any kind of like characteristics you picked up? Maybe from a silhouette or some sort of weapon they were carrying that was out of the ordinary or anything?
Not really. I think one was one was an orc.
An orc.
I think the other one was just a human. Or probably, sorry, let me retcon that. They were probably both humans.
And the third big one?
I couldn't see.
Okay. How did they transport to you and away from you?
I don't know. Just a flash of light, then they're gone. I didn't see where they came from. when they approached me. I didn't see where they went. But that night, I only saw the flash of light when they took off.
And how do you know they're from the Brotherhood?
The letter. If you know what to look for, you know how they let themselves be known.
Okay. And you say you were coerced to do this. They didn't offer you anything for it, right?
So I look like I got anything for it, and he shows like his hand.
I would love to roll an insight check though, to see if he's actually
Sure.
being
Yeah.
truthful. 16.
Yeah. So it looks like he's lying. It
Okay.
looks like he got the brunt of it.
I'm
Can you-
listening at the door. Can I roll an insight check too?
Yeah?
Probably not going to be anything anyway, but I think I rolled lower than you. Yeah, no, I rolled like 11.
Same.
And the only reason you think they were here is this metal, right? It's not like any other, I don't know, maybe they have a scheme going on here since they're like a thieving, company or...
Look, I don't know a lot about them. I sold them some stuff while I worked at the Miners Guild. I sold some ore on the side. I got caught. I think they made me get caught. I don't know. Who knows? I fled. They obviously didn't like it. They wanted me to stay there and keep being, giving them ore, trading ore, or whatever. Selling them illegally. I don't know about them. A lot about their stuff. I don't.
Yeah. And how did they find you? You think?
Who knows?
I'm gonna creak open the door and just... Kit, mind showing our friend
Yes.
the letter we found on him?
Oh, yeah.
I rummage through my stuff and I show him the letter.
I grabbed the letter and it's like, yeah. And he shows what you've noticed last time, I think, which is like, yeah, you see how he wrote this letter and this letter are written in its very specifically manner.
Mm-hmm.
But he says this is them. This is thieves' cant. This is them letting me know, they're from the guild, from the Brotherhood, I should say.
Very interesting they teach you that just as a seller in mine.
They leave notes.
Is that how they contacted you first? Leaving a note?
Well, they found out I was... He kind of looks down a bit, unsure if he should be talking, but he says, They found out I was trying to sell. And then, yes, they left a note. Yeah.
And regarding
they leave
your
notes.
running away to the Central Hills, how long did it take them to find you?
It's been here, I don't know, 2-3 months, maybe more. I don't know. I can't think right now.
Who's...
Sorry, where are we?
Central Hills.
Okay.
We're at the Museum of Almost Alive Things, right? Is that it? Is that the name?
Almost dead
Sorry,
things.
cut what you said, Nudge.
I said
Sometimes it cuts what
museum.
you say.
Yeah, Museum of Almost Alive Things. Is that the name? Let me check.
Almost living things, yeah.
Almost living things. I wrote it wrong.
I might have translated it differently in a different episode. Says, so I think I've heard of it, yeah.
And
It's really cool.
sorry, gonna go back to the note real quick. Silvarian, is that your contact?
No. I think Severian was the third one standing there that day.
And who's your contact?
In the city? I actually didn't catch a name for that.
Inside check.
Roll an insight check.
12. I'm fucking bad in insight today.
Yeah.
Why would they use a name to threaten you when you don't even know the name? You don't know who they are.
And how did you catch the name Severian? If you don't know the names.
Well, when they approached me that day, when I was outside grabbing stuff for Belinda, they came saying they wanted the medals. They said Severian wanted the medals.
So he's the leader of this branch, at least.
I'm guessing. So yeah, so the note would have come a little later. Like he was approached, then later he got the note saying, because the note I think says Severian won't wait anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
And do you know if they have like a branch here in the Central Hills? If they're like somewhere around here? Do they have a location? Or
I
do
didn't
they travel?
think so, but I don't know.
Look, I'm trying to help you. Belinda, she looked pretty pissed. I don't think she's gonna let you go off easily. The more information you give us, the better it's gonna be for you. So just tell us.
See, he gets a little flustered, like, I'm telling you everything. I don't know anymore. I'm not one of them. I'm not privy to their information. I don't know what they're doing here. I don't know how they found me. I'm just one guy traveling.
Fair enough.
Gren is by the door at this point and says, Can I ask a couple of questions too?
He just like lays back on the bed like, oh my god.
Kid,
I'm gonna exit and go for go looking for Bucko.
yeah, Kid takes a step away
Back.
and like, yeah, back. Thank you. Crosses her arms and like just stays against the wall, like just watching him.
Okay.
You work with this rainbow metal, isn't that right? You were Linda's assistant?
I assisted her in working with the metal, yeah. She didn't trust me yet.
But by watching it, what did you learn of it? What does it do?
I learned there's a cat butt in the screen.
She's gonna pass again.
Hello.
Turn
Gren is asking and then
turn.
Cat tail comes by your nose.
go away, Cletus.
So you asked if any properties, like,
Yeah.
he doesn't know. Like, basically, he and Belinda didn't know anything.
Do you
We're
know
still going to experiment with it more.
where it comes from? Who mined it? You said the Yuvalin guild didn't manage to get it, so where did all this metal come from?
The guild doesn't allow mining here because we're still in Zakharov. so we can't really do mining operations, but we can find veins and mine them like kind of, you know,
Unofficially?
unofficially and like around on top, you know, like
Right.
we can't start a
dig
mining
down.
operation and start digging to find ore.
Okay. So
That's what Belinda does, actually. She and I were scouting around and trying to find ore where we could, however much we could. She actually found a good amount. We had a few weapons done.
how do you
It's good.
work with it? Is it harder? Is it any different from any other metal?
Yeah, it's trickier. It's very specific heats you have to work. And
How can you destroy it?
well, we were trying to build it. We never really tried to destroy it.
But you probably tested it. I mean, you have to know the strength of the material you're working with if you want to make good weapons, right?
Bricks,
what
like
does it
any
take to
other
destroy
metal.
it? But destroy it. How do you mess up a batch, for example? How do you
Bad
Did you-
craftsmanship.
right? But did you manage to make it lose its properties by any chance, or just made
We
it?
didn't figure out its properties.
You're not very good scientists, I think. We kind of figure out a few of its properties this morning.
Oh,
Want
good
us
for
to
you.
show you?
Did you try cutting stuff with it?
What? Think I'm gonna make a dagger, a weapon, and then go cut bread with it? And try? What? It's
What
metal.
do you
Like it just
do?
looks
What-
pretty.
What do you expect the dagger to do?
Cut
Well,
people.
you'd be surprised. Yeah, that's one of the things.
So have you?
I
No.
give the dagger to Gran.
Wanna
Okay.
see what it does?
He like starts backing against the wall. Look, I've told you everything I know. What more do you want from me? Like starts tearing up.
Look, you're already messed up. I don't want to mess your head anymore.
I mean, I healed him.
just-
He's probably fine now.
Can Bucko just poke his head on in and be like, "Hey guys, we are losing daylight. Are we heading out anytime soon, or?"
Yeah, no,
I think
was
we got
good.
everything. I mean, I could squeeze him, but I don't think he would survive.
I think, Bucko, perhaps if you wouldn't mind using some of your strength to help secure our friend here, so he
No,
doesn't
for sure.
attempt anything tricky, and then we head back to the fort.
Bartram, my dude, you've been living in my backpack for a while. You cool to go back in?
What?
I'ma carry
You
you.
have a backpack that fits me?
Oh yeah, for sure. I like
I mean-
show him my backpack. It's like fully like backpacker backpack. Like
I mean, of course we
like-
had to pretzel you a little. That's probably why you're a little sore, but
No, pretty sure it's the arm cutting and the toe cutting.
sure.
likely. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, guys, give me insight checks.
My insight has been so good right now.
Just the
Yeah.
ones who.
Oh,
These
finally.
are the ones who are doing the
23 insight.
Do we
Everyone?
need to do it?
Well, just
You
the,
think
the
whoever wants to, but 23 is
Yeah.
pretty good.
I want to.
Yeah, no.
I don't know what's
19.
going on.
That's good.
You think from the questions you asked, he's told you everything you wanted.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, yeah. I almost forgot. Do you know about a bullock and maybe a circus passing around? Curiosity.
From the table, Captain Dirion say, "Yeah, a little guy."
it's what? No, none of the guys were dwarves. Is that what you're asking? Is that
No.
not the test?
Whatever.
No,
You're a very
let's
confusing group.
Yeah.
guys. He's an idiot. He got used. I think we can just.
Yeah, I think we should just drop him and let Belinda decide what to do with him.
And because my thesis is really inquired by stopping some man with a little F word in the last. And you should be the target.
What?
Sorry,
Right.
I didn't catch that.
I didn't get any
either.
of that.
Okay, so Captain D is just screaming from the table, because my fist is really tired of being stopped, and I need something to be my punching bag, and you are the
okay.
candidate.
It's like,
Down,
I already
Captain.
told you everything. Whatever.
Down, Captain.
Jesus. Just take me to the
fine.
fort. It's better to be there.
I believe
than-
we can secure him, and then I don't think he needs to be in the backpack. I think he can just tie his hands behind his back.
100%
I
need to
mean-
be in the backpack.
No, he needs.
Yeah,
he
no,
can't walk.
I'm cool to. He's missing a foot. I'm not. That's like. I'm just gonna toss him in the backpack. You good in the backpack, my dude?
You don't need to toss me. I'll go in. It's all good.
Well, okay, I like open it up and let him crawl in, I guess.
He warms in.
Alright, my
Kururu
dude.
puts a rock with him.
I give the dagger back to Kit.
He grabs the rock and he's like, "This is weirdly comforting. Thank you."
Did Kururu just
I, like,
find his
pat him
new
on the
best
head.
friend?
If you sleep next to
Kururu
it,
looks
it gives
at
you
him
good
like-
dreams.
And then
Don't get too attached to him.
Okay, let's head back to the fort.
Ta-da!
Bucko,
All right.
lead the way. You know the way.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Do I need to
Time's
roll?
I'm like,
No. You don't need to roll.
Cool.
Mr. Nesha kind of tells you, like, okay, if you go around this time, you can, like, circumvent this way and not
oh, you
fall
mean
for
we
the...
can't go through the
Climb to the
ceiling?
roof and
No,
go.
okay.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Appreciate it, Mr. Nasha.
Thanks, though.
Thank you. I'll miss you.
Please come back soon. And she, like,
will.
waves you guys off. Please stop torturing people also.
Can't
Especially
promise
in my
torture.
place.
Who did we
We haven't.
torture?
Ever.
Not a fan of that being my reputation.
We didn't torture anyone.
Bucko's like firmly like, oh no.
It's not how it happened.
Cool. So you guys went back to the fort. You took a lot of the morning talking to Bartram, deciding things. Crimson doesn't say a peep. Just kind of follows you guys back to the fort at a distance, looking pensive. And you guys arrive back at the fort. And it's getting pretty late for our guests, so I'll call it for tonight.
Cool.
Thank you everybody for sticking around for all the trouble we're having today because of the storm here.
Today was tough.
It was tough internet
Today was
wise.
a chaotic day in the table and outside the table.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of things happened today.
So thank you guys, everybody in our table, everybody who's watched us this far, everybody who's watching us later. Thank you so much for being with us. Can't wait for the next time, and you'll see you guys soon. Have a good night.
thank you.
Bye bye.